Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. There we go. The gauge is going. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome, welcome. Doing a nice, easy recovery day today. Had a race yesterday. Did pretty good. I ended up being designated the flyer to try and pull everybody. So I didn't place too well, but I'm actually happy I stuck with the pack. Hooray! How's it going, buddy? I see you drop by. I'm good at this. Alright. Nice. Glad I could provide some company. I'm likely gonna do just like a round or two on circuit here and then bump over to Myra. She's on flats today, so I'll see if I can keep up. 2.2 is pretty rough for a Z2 day for me, but better shape. Getting in better shape. I mean, obviously I have a few events coming up, but and there's targets that I have for that, but main overall reason why I'm training is just to get in better shape. Yeah, I used to be like 270, and now I'm down a lot lower than that. So, just trying to get not only better shape, but better health, right? I have to get a different battery pack. All right, probably a little better, isn't it? Whew, sorry about that. Yeah, that's what will happen. So yeah, I don't know where it went out, but long story short, very happy with where I'm at. The whole too long didn't read. Oh no. Well, long story short, I started training like in the end of summer last year. Did a whole bunch of base over the winter. Hadn't really pushed myself too hard. This Zwift race league circuit decided to really push hard, and I'm up a lot higher than I thought I would be. Mike's a bit hot right now, sorry. So that's the TLDR. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Props to you too for, I don't know what time zone you're in, but still just getting on and putting in the effort. That's harder than a lot of people know. At least it was for me in the very beginning. Yeah. Yeah. I used to be that way too. So like, I've always been interested in cycling. I didn't just magically start out of nowhere. I've had a bike for probably about 6 or 7 years, like a decent one, and all that stuff, but I never really took training as seriously. And in the beginning here with that base during the winter, I didn't think I was doing much, right? I was shedding a few pounds here or there. I was doing a little bit of more extended rides, but yeah, definitely realizing that there's a reason that you do a bunch of low intensity, longer ride based stuff. It's not just a ramp up zone. This actually does something for you type of thing. So I will say, so I was training over the winter for a gravel event that I did like 2 weeks ago. So now I'm back onto another base kind of layer plan. Not super base, but like not as intense as the last few weeks have been. I say as I have like 2 high intensity days in a row, tomorrow and the day after. Well, yeah, right, like that's boosting true, like just overall fitness, huge. Oh, the gravel race went horrendous. It wasn't horrendous. It didn't break my way the way I thought it would. I knew I was gonna be back of the pack, right? I'm not super good. It was a pretty big, like, regional type of thing. I was just there for the gravel, right? The worst part was about halfway through, so it was 100K, about 50K through, I got huge cramp. And then that made me suck more water than I thought I needed, and it was an unsupported race. So the last like 15 to 10 clicks, I had nothing as far as fluids go. And I just bonked. So I don't want to say I bonked. I got dehydrated. Not severe enough to like go to the hospital or anything like that, but like I could tell I was not doing my peak possible stuff. Yeah, I think I did the math. I was carrying about 3 liters of water, and I went through all of it before the 90-kilometer mark. A lot of it was because I really sucked some down for that cramp. But you live and you learn. I think I just needed to stay more hydrated the night before. I don't think I did the best part of that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spiraled pretty hard. And there's that whole tentative part where, like, you start riding again and then you're like, is it gonna happen again? Oh no. I have never seen Dune. I've never read Dune. I've heard good things. So, I mean, it's right on the nose there. It really is the mind killer. Alright, I think I need to hop on over. Do I want to? I don't think I really want to push Myra. As awesome as it would be to do 2.2 on flats. Right, she's on Tempest. As nice as that would be, I think I need to stick with Diego today. It's a recovery day, so hop on over there. On the plus side, TikTok is still fairly flat. Alright, can handle this. Little bit of elevation gain? Yeah. Well, after yesterday's bump, I believe 260 is where I'm sitting at. So, about 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at 220.
Ride on!
Yeah. I don't think 2.2 will be my zone 2.
Ride on!
So I went to the 1.8 Robo Pacer. I think that'll be more
Ride on!
my zone 2. I could probably keep up with 2.2, but I think that'd be more tempo than zone 2, and I don't want that today. little bit of focaccia, only a little. I would get absolutely destroyed. We all know. Oh, yeah, weight right now is my main thing. I'm very, very happy with where my fitness signature is, right? Especially with that bump to 260. I was happy with 240. So the last month or so, I've been starting to really cut back on some bad eating habits. That has been hard. So, but we're doing it. I think in the past month or so, I've dropped like 14 pounds, something like that.
Right on.
Yeah, 95 kilos. That's probably about like, yeah. If we're talking kilos, right? I've dropped probably 6 or 7 kilos in the last month. Yeah, 95 kilo. I'm sitting at 97 right now. So it's hard being a bigger dude. I don't think I'll ever get that true rider's body though, where they're like 6% body fat, all that stuff. I don't think I'll ever get there. I have too much going on. I enjoy food too much. I'm not going to give it up. I'm just going to make healthier choices. Yeah. No, I'm actually a little concerned. It is impressive. I'm a bit concerned.
Right on.
But the good news is I have my physical with my doctor coming up, so I can always make sure that I'm not doing something really bad. Yeah, 10% at 87 kilograms. Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. That'd be pretty nice.
Right on.
Got a good pack here. Got 90 people or so. Jeez.
Right on. Right on. Right on.
I don't know what's going on with my on-screen chat. Not refreshing. That's kind of sad. push up a little bit here. I can maybe hop off and try refreshing that source or something on my OBS. It's more so annoying me than anything else. Of course, as soon as I went to refresh, I think it did update. Oh no, which means that all the boxes are gone. Gosh darn it. So, you use my whoosh. Hey, dude, you don't have to. Being cheap is good.
Right on.
So you're not familiar with Zwift ride dynamics. You get a draft. Yeah, you do. So, you definitely get a draft while in a group, which is spectacular. It's the only way I kept up with the group last night, actually. But yeah, there's definitely the draft portion of it. You are incentivized to do that unless you are on certain kinds of bikes or in certain kinds of events, right? There's always those weird one-off, two-offs of sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, depending on what event you're in. But when you're just like doing general world riding, if you're on a road bike, you will get draft. If you're on like a time trial bike, you will not get draft. Which is why I generally stick to road bikes. So yeah, you can actually, in my screen up here, right, in the HUD up at the top, I have a custom HUD and you can kind of see the watt savings. I don't think it's really like I'm currently right now saving like 70 watts. I don't think that's fully true, but that's what Zwift is saying is, hey, this is what you're saving. Get advantages where you can. Exactly, right? Especially with like their gamifying system, where it's like if you ride X amount of distance, right, you can then upgrade your bike. And then you ride another X amount of distance, it's going to be longer this time, then you can upgrade it again. So if you're getting in the draft and you're going really fast without putting out a lot of watts, you can really rank things up pretty fast. So yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm really saving 70 watts here. I might be saving like maybe more than 20, maybe like 35, something like that. I don't know. But it is very consistent. Where if I'm in a group like this, yeah, it will always be about 70. If I'm going faster, it will probably be a bit more. If I'm by myself, it will be 0, and I can definitely feel it. So I would take the units of measure to be a little bit iffy, but the amount, like right now I'm only doing 20, and I can definitely tell I have to put in a lot more effort to stick with the group. Not to mention I'm going uphill, but there's definitely that draft.
Right on.
%. That's intense. Maybe it is right. Maybe it is right. I don't know. We're only going like 30 clicks an hour, so I don't know if it's not like we're going pro speeds or anything like that. But hey, I'll take it. If they want to give me 40%, I'll take 40%. 33 is pretty quick. That's fair. That's fair. It's definitely faster than I would be doing if I was solo. I think this flat section here, when I do this solo, I'm usually going about 27, something like that. So it definitely helps to be in the group. There's no doubt about that.
Right on.
$40. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, I agree. When I ride outdoors, I rarely ride with a group. I will say there is a group who has an informational meeting next week that I'm gonna go chat with, see if maybe I can get on a few rides with them. But yeah, a lot of my outdoor training, which I'm gonna be hopefully getting to shortly.
Right on.
Wisconsin weather's been kind of crazy. A lot of that is solo, just riding by myself. That's fair. Indoors definitely is rough. There's a reason why I stream and I try and encourage people to chat with me. Because I just get so bored just staring at a screen. Even though the screen is moving and all this stuff, sometimes I do get caught up in the view, but it's not the same. Right? It's not the same. But yeah, when I'm outdoors, I'm a social person, so I've gone on a few group rides, and I do enjoy those more than solo. It's just when I'm able to ride, which is at this time, which is like 6 o'clock in the morning, no one else does. So, oh, we got the dinosaur coming up here. Roar. Roar. Every time, man. That stupid little dinosaur cracks me up every single time. I don't know what it is about it. It just, it gets me. Basically. I mean, there is. Let's see if I can pull it up a bit more.
Right on.
There is like ambiance noise and stuff, but there's no like background music or anything. And then you just, as you're riding right by, you just hear these very childlike roars. It's not even like, it's not Jurassic World style or anything like that. It's just roar. It's just so crazy.
Right on.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there's a massive hill coming up. It's not that massive.
Right on.
I just love how skewed my elevation profile graph can look. Yup. That's unfortunate.
Right on. Right on.
I hope it's good anticipation. You're excited to do that interval, right? You're just so ready for it. I think what's really got me over the hump about that is doing like some of the really big climbs. Right, so in Zwift, they have a rendition of the Alp, which is pretty close to accurate. I've done that a couple of times, and understanding my climbing potential going up that beast for over an hour really helps me be like, yeah, there's a little bit of an elevation profile here, but I've done way worse. So I used to be the same way though. I used to be like, oh no, there's such a big hill. And now it's just like, yeah, that's part of it. Oh, they don't. Oh, interesting. I'm sure they'll get it at some point. I've actually been contemplating during the summer months going to my whoosh because I'm not going to be riding as often. So I don't think the subscription will really be worth it over the summer months. Depends on what my race team does, right? If they're going to be racing during the summer, maybe I'll keep it. If they aren't, I'll probably switch to my whoosh.
Right on.
Okay, Miguel. Just come out of nowhere. Booking it like there's no tomorrow. Sponsor, please, my whoosh.
Right on.
I have a checkpoint. I think one of the early models.
Right on.
One of the first few years for checkpoints. I wanted something that would be able to allow me to ride some wider tires. I'm not really a purist when it comes to
Right on.
all that stuff. And I guess like even the pros have kind of gone a bit wider, but this was like 6 years ago, before all that craze was going on, and I just never really enjoyed the idea of riding around on 100 psi. So, whoa, what the heck? Got some throat stuff going on there. So yeah, I've just been running around on my truck checkpoint. It's the endurance gravel bike from Trek. So, not aggressive, wider tire base, allows for gravels, all that stuff. I'm sure there's other features that I'm completely missing, but yeah, it's not like a aerodynamic road bike or anything like that. It's 100% made for comfort and versatility. Slap some road tires on it to be able to go fast. Slap some gravel tires on it to be able to handle some gravel. And it works pretty well. 45s? That's pretty thick. Exactly, right? Like, You can do the dodging when you need to.
Right on. Right on.
Probably about another 45 minutes or so. I'm about halfway through my bucket for today. So I'll probably do one more lap of this route here, and then I'll call it a day. Actually, probably about 30 minutes only. I got on a little bit later than I thought. I have to get on to work at a certain time too, so gotta shower, gotta do all that fun stuff.
Right on.
While I'm sitting here, actually gonna do a bit of gandering for tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a high intensity day. So I think what I want to try and do, maybe do a race tomorrow in the morning.
Right on.
A lot of the times for high intensity days, I'll do like structured workouts with like interval sets and all that stuff. But I really want to gain my elo, which is like my racing score. Right, I want to try and bump myself before summer comes too deep. I want to try and get up a little bit higher. So I think the plan tomorrow will be hop on if there's a race that is early enough. But 13 laps of, looks like a crit race. If I go into my category here, it's only 10 laps, which is good. 19 clicks.
Right on.
I might do that tomorrow. How does that start? 6:33? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's join it. So yeah, tomorrow I'll probably be getting on, doing a bit of a warm-up, and then joining a crit race. We'll see how that goes. I'll probably get destroyed, and that's alright. But how does the elo actually work with you gain? So there's a few different types of like categorizations in Zwift, right? So you have your generic racing score, which is like Zwift baked in categories, right? So Cat A is the best. Then you have Cat B, Cat C, Cat D, and Cat E, right? I'm currently Cat D, although I've been racing with Cat C people for the past couple of months. I've been last quite often with those people. So I'm definitely a Cat D rider currently, but so those are like the categories, and every time you do a race, you'll either gain a little bit of points or you'll drop a little bit of points. And depending on your actual point scale, right, it goes from 0 to 1,000. If you're in a certain range, you're in Cat A. If you're in a different range, all that fun stuff. And then, if you really get into like racing, there's, I believe it's called SwiftRacing.app, where they gather all the data and they have their own actual like elo bracketing system, where you can be like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, emerald, blah, 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 blah. All the tiers instead of just 5. So they have a completely different like structure of where you're at based off of, you know, your power output and all of that fun stuff. So if you want to get really nerdy, you can go that route. Baked into Zwift, it's a little bit more generic. So hopefully I didn't absolutely butcher that, but that's how I can tell, at least. So Yeah. Like A is like the elite people, right? Those are the people that are going really fast, and you'll never like gain more than 20 elo points or something like that. If you place, you're not gonna like jump up 2 categories or anything like that, right? So the people that actually belong in A are in A. The people that are in B probably would have a hard time keeping up with the people in A. So it's more about like it's more about the points, but like you can only get points by having a good fitness signature, right? Yeah. Yeah, because like if you're new to Zwift but you're really in shape, yeah, the first few races are going to be like duds, right? You're going to be in Cat D when you start out, but then like you're going to pretty quickly jump out of Cat D. It won't be immediate, right? You won't then bump up to B or anything like that, but it gets you to where you need to be relatively fast. And it's not like, oh, I absolutely crushed it one day. Now I'm in a different category, and now I'm going to just get last place for the last whatever. So, like, if you get last place, you lose points. Right, so you will jump down if you're, like, on the brink. So, if you lose your fitness, you'll start losing points. You'll start dropping elo, all that fun. I wouldn't know. So like, when I say I did a gravel race, it's more like a gravel event. Let's be honest here. I wasn't like in USA cycling categories or anything like that. So I don't know what like road race feels like in real life because I've never actually done like a 25-kilometer road race that there's a lot of people trying to get first place, right? I don't know what that feels like, so I couldn't tell you. What I can tell you is it gets intense. So like, I'm on Team Cryogen, and we have like 6 people in a race, and we are on Discord talking about the group, when we're gonna attack, all of that fun stuff. And you can definitely tell that there are other teams that are doing the same. So if you get into like the race league, yeah, it probably feels very intense, very much so like an actual race. But like, if you just pick up a random race and ride it, it's very much so just like how you feel and how much you want to put into it, right? Maybe you're just there to just keep up with the group. Maybe you're there to try and get points, right? It all depends on how you want to at that point, but yeah, if you rewatch the race from last night, we actually have somebody that's like a coach that will like guide us and tell us when to push, when to hold back a bit, when are we doing our final attack, all of that fun stuff. So it can get intense. Doesn't mean you have to, right? You don't have to do race league. So you can still do races without being in a league, right? Yes. Yes, yes. And I honestly think that is why I pushed as hard as I did and why I've been having these massive gains in the last few weeks is because there were times when I wanted to drop and I just felt really bad, like I was letting the team down. So I didn't, and just pushed. And yeah, it hurt, but like I wasn't letting the team down. So it definitely keeps me motivated to be doing what I can and to not just drop out. Oh yeah, I'm definitely, so I'm not the star of the team, that's for sure. I'm whoever is the diesel on that team. I know I'm not going to be anywhere near the podium. So they throw me out in front for the first attack near the end and just have me push the group to try and push other people. Right, that's my role, let's be honest. So whatever, like, little unknown team member that just can diesel for a little bit, that gets dropped probably about 2 clicks before the actual end. That's me. They do all the real work. Exactly. Maybe one of these days I'll get to the point where I can be one of the podium finishers, but I'm not there yet. Even with the gains I've seen, I'm not there yet. Here we go, it's coming up again. Roar. Roar. Of that copium. Precisely. I needed this after yesterday. My legs are feeling like jelly right now. I need them though. Oh. I should really look at my training schedule and see if I should really be doing a structured workout tomorrow. I might have to push the race off to like Sunday. Typically, racing on Tuesdays, one or two more high intensity days, a rest day, and the rest are low intensity days. That's typically what my weekly schedule looks like. The weird thing is usually what I do is I'll race Tuesday and I'll do like a longer high intensity on Saturday, but Saturday I need to have as my rest day. Got some family things going on that I can't do training on Saturday. So I think I'm gonna move that to Sunday, and I'll end up racing / doing other buckets as need be to fill up my intervals on that day. And then I'll do like structured workout tomorrow. I had a lot of high intensity this week. I don't know why. I really should probably reanalyze that. So like I had yesterday, I have tomorrow, I have Friday, and I have Sunday as high intensity. That's a lot of high intensity. I need to back one of those off. I'm gonna burn out. That's honestly, That's pretty good. That's a good workout routine. I I utilize the AI generation on Exert's platform where I can be like, hey, in X amount of weeks, I have this event that I plan on going this hard for, right? And it will modify my plan to get me there. So yeah, I might need to switch to something like that depending on. I'm gonna try regenerating my routine for this week. As a note, it is another paid service, but it is a very, very cool and science-backed program. They do a lot of biomechanical studies, and they are on like the bleeding edge of all that fun science. So it definitely got me to where I am now. I couldn't recommend it enough to people, other than the fact that it's a paid service. But like, in my opinion, it's a really good service, and it helped me get to where I am. So I'm gonna pay it back to them. I think it's worth the money, is what I'm saying. I know that not everyone can do it, but in my personal opinion, it's worth the money. Honestly, I have no clue anymore. I kind of just have it on auto pay and just let it go. I shouldn't do that. I want to say like 15 a month. I could be completely wrong on that. I have no clue. Got about 5 more minutes here until I need to hop off. I'm not gonna hit my bucket today. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Got close. That's what I get for sleeping in a little bit. If you're interested in it, it's called Exert, X-E-R-T. Probably just Google that and you'll be able to find it. I'm gonna do a cool down into the main thoroughfare here. I'm gonna say goodbye to Miguel. Hey, glad about that, man. Monotony is hard, not fun at all. Glad I could make somebody's ride a little bit easier. You made mine easier. I would have just been deadpan at a screen. So. Once I get to the banner here. I call it, got like probably about 500 meters or so to the banner. Whew. That was a good one. I actually think I stayed in zone 2 for quite a bit of that, which is hard for me sometimes. A lot of times I get a bit jumpy and try and push when I shouldn't. All right, here's the arch coming up. Thank you so much for the chats. It was been a pleasure. I will be on same bat time tomorrow. I'll probably be doing a structured workout. I don't know what kind of structured workout, but it'll probably be a structured workout. Yeah, take it easy, man. Anybody else who's watching, thanks for dropping by. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.